I know this is weird, and you guys would be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to yourself? First of all, Marilyn Monroe swears by it. Second of all, I'm curious. Why not? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ravaljeet Kaur, or you can call me Raval for short. For today's video, I want to try Vaseline as a primer. Why do you ask? It is because I know that it is a barrier. It is not a moisturizer. So I want to just see how my skin feels and looks, the texture and everything after I've applied Vaseline as a base. It's just that I'm very curious and something that's been on my mind for the past few days, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna make a video on it and see how it goes. And the second thing why I want to try it is because Marilyn Monroe swears by it, and I'm sure this girl has a trick or two up her sleeve, and I just want to be like trying it and see if it is actually good as a primer. So she swears by it. Apparently on internet it says Monroe slathered on thick layers of Vaseline or Nivea cream under her makeup before getting in front of the camera. She also was a huge fan of moisturizers, olive oil and lanolin. First I'll be applying Vaseline on my face. I've already done my skincare, and then I'll go ahead with the makeup that I do always, and every 2 hours I'm gonna update you guys for the next 6 hours to 8 hours, and then we're gonna come with a conclusion and see whether it actually works or not. Now primer in itself is not a very important thing. Like if you have dry skin, you can go ahead and apply, you can slather on any type of moisturizer and then you can go ahead and do your makeup. But if you have oily skin, primer is kind of a must because you don't want that oil to seep through your makeup or foundation. So my skin is already moisturized, but I'm going to moisturize my skin more before I apply Vaseline because again Vaseline acts as a barrier. So I just want to see how this looks, how this feels, the texture, like I said, everything. So I'm going to go ahead with my regular moisturizer, which is the Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizer. It is halfway through. A quick pump and a half, rub it between my palms and apply. One thing that I've learned through years is that always apply your moisturizer upwards. You always want the blood flowing. That way you don't age quickly. Obviously diet matters as well and exercise, but this is one of the tricks that I do. So now that the moisturizer is on, we're gonna go ahead with the star of the show, which is the Vaseline, original Vaseline petroleum jelly. I'm gonna take a quick clean side of my eyelash applicator and just go ahead and take some from the side. I'm just gonna take enough for my face. I think that would be enough. Less is more. The main thing for primer is that it's supposed to be sticky so that whenever you apply a foundation or the rest of your makeup, it lasts longer, and that is what this Vaseline does as well. It is quite sticky on your face, and that is one of the main features of a primer as well. So I was just like, you know, this might work. It's gonna take a tiny bit more because I feel like I can use some. Gonna use it on my forehead. A lot of people are so against Vaseline for everything, and I'm just like, then what's the use of this product? If you don't want to apply it on your skin, it's not good for your skin, then what is it for? What is the purpose of Vaseline exactly? People are saying Vaseline is not good for your skin, but then it's definitely for skin. So I'm just thinking, what part of the skin? Where should I, if it's not for face, if it's for body? Some people are like, don't apply it on your body, and I'm just like, I'm lost. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so Vaseline is done. Can you see? It is not too much, but it's enough for my skin, and my skin is a bit sticky, so I am feeling very positive about this. Next, I'm going to go in with my favorite foundation, which is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in Tahoe. It is a bit dark for me, so I'm gonna take like a pump and a half on the back of my hand. Okay, I'm gonna take Morphe E7 for this. I'm going to quickly spread the foundation at the back of my hand, dip it and apply like so. So far the foundation looks really smooth. I don't see any texture problems. That's the half of my face done. That's the half left. My forehead is a bit more darker than the rest of my face, so I apply more foundation on my forehead. Okay, so the foundation is set, and so far I'm happy with how it looks. It looks really smooth. Don't know if it's going to slip off my face. I'm going to go ahead with a setting spray later on. I'm looking myself in this magnifying mirror as well with lights on it, and it looks really good right now, you guys. I'm quite impressed. As usual, I'm going to be color correcting my face with Age Rewinder from Maybelline. It is in the shade Tan. Go around my mouth with it. I'm gonna let this sink for a minute and then I'm gonna blend it out. Time to blend. You can hardly see the corrector on my face. That's the power of having the perfect tone for using as a corrector. As you can see, this is not actually a corrector, this is like a concealer, but I use it as a corrector because it completely matches my skin tone. Like, I don't know if you can tell, the skin looks flawless. It looks flawless, I'm not joking. Next, for concealer, I'm gonna be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer in the shade Medium Deep Neutral. Quickly apply here and on my lids to use it as a base. Let it cook for some time and then blend. Time to blend the concealer out, and for that I'm going to be using the Morphe E20. Blend, blend, blend. Going from in to out. It is a very full coverage concealer, and that is why I love it. I like full coverage concealers and like sheer foundations because the main area of my problem is my dark circles and pigmentation on my lids. And this works amazingly. This is what I used for my wedding day as well. Absolutely love this concealer. It's definitely worth the splurge. Next, I'm going to be slightly powdering my lids and also the under eye area just to set the concealer so it doesn't move. I'm going to actually take a shader brush and go ahead with this and tap really quickly. Don't want too much. Less is more, you guys. Absolutely enjoying filming this video because A, I get to see if a product works, if a technique works, and B, it is entertaining for me at least. I'm entertained by my own video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, or like the video if you actually like the video. I would actually be best friends with you guys if you do both. Just very lightly apply under my eye area where the wrinkles lie the most, and on my smile lines as well. Because I like my foundation finishing very dewy because I have dry skin. That is what I aim for, so this is how I apply my powder for a daily look. If I'm going for a party or if I'm going out for a long time, I would apply my full face powder, but we are also testing Vaseline, so I don't want to use too much powder. We are done. Next, I'm gonna be doing my brows and do some eyeshadow. For brows, I always go for Benefit products, so for that I'm gonna be using the Precisely My Brow and the powder, which is the brow styler. For this I'm in the shade 5, and for this I'm in the shade 5 as well. One side is a spoolie, perfect for brushing out my brows. Other side I can pencil my brows, the outline of my brows precisely. Do you get it? Obviously we are under like lockdown, so I'm just trying to like do my own brows at my home, and I do amazing brows at my own home. Like I don't need a brow lady, but it's always best to have someone who can just do it really quickly. It takes a lot of time for me to do it by myself. But if I let my brows grow, you might not recognize me because it's super bushy, and like I'll have this all of this hair growing in the middle, and I'll just have like a one unibrow. So that's some backstory on my brows. I'm going to quickly fill in my brows with some powder, give it that fuller looking brow effect. This product doesn't have fallout, which is why I love to use this, because some of these powders, they just drip over here and that just annoys me, but this one it doesn't. Quickly set my brows with the brow setter from Benefit. It's the 24-hour brow setter. It's my top favorite brow setter. My brows do not budge with this one. So far so good. For eyeshadows, I'm gonna use the Makeup Geek Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. This palette is extremely old. I don't know if I should throw it away. I'm such a hypocrite, you guys. I upload a video about throwing away expired products, and look at me applying expired product. But these shades are just so amazing. I just can't get enough of these. I'm not gonna go too heavy on my eyeshadows because this is a testing video. We'll focus on the Vaseline. Like we'll focus on the base rather than the eyes, but just gonna make it look prettier. The lower lash line, I'm just gonna go with the pop of blue. For that, I'll be using the Huda Beauty Sapphire Obsessions. I'll go with a very precise brush, and I'm gonna use, let's just go for this. Quickly going to blend out with a darker shade over here, just to give more dimension. Over here, I'm just gonna put some shimmer, silver shimmer, just from the same palette. So that's it for the shadows. I'm gonna go ahead and line my upper and lower lash line. For upper lash line, I'm gonna be using black, and for lower lash line, I'm gonna be using nude. Quickly using nude from the balm, it's called Mr. Right. Applied here. I'll apply the mascara and lashes at the end. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the base now, which is something that I'm excited for. I'm gonna use my favorite MAC Gimme Sun bronzer. So this is Morphe M527. Going to quickly dip it in on my bronzer and apply it here. A bit on the forehead. Dealing with a lot of baby hair right now. Going to quickly bronze up my nose a bit as well with the same MAC bronzer. Next is my favorite part. I love blushes, so I'm gonna go ahead with the blush. I'm gonna be using the NARS Orgasm. So I'm gonna use my Juno & Co brush and dip it in and apply here. It has a bit of shimmer in it as well, so it is a bit like a highlighter. I'm a bit upset though because I thought that this would have more like tint to it, but it hardly gives me any pink. This is such a hyped up product. I thought I would love it, but it's just like for me now, but I bought it, so I have this thing that, you know, might as well use it. Now I'm gonna go with the highlighter and then lipstick and then mascara and lashes and setting spray. Those are the only steps left, so next would be highlighter. For highlighter, I'm gonna be using a cream highlighter. Actually, I'm gonna be using the Bonnie Luminizer from the Balm. One of my favorite liquid highlighters. It gives me such this golden effect on my like cheeks. It looks amazing against my skin tone. So what I do with this is I use a Morphe M501 brush. I take the product like this and then I go over my cheeks and blend it out quickly because it does dry out really quickly. Boom! Going to apply with the applicator itself on my nose and blend it out really quickly. For lips, I'm gonna be using the NYX lip liner in brown. This is my favorite lip liner in the entire world. This is like my 4th or 5th one. And on top of it, I'm gonna be using Huda Beauty Power Bullet in First Kiss. I don't know how these brands come up with names and like themes and stuff. Like, you have to be really creative to sell something. So now that I've got some brown on my lips, I'm gonna go with the First Kiss. Now before I go through with applying mascara and false lashes, I'm going to go ahead and apply Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Put that away. I'm so like organized these days. Anything that is not organized gives me anxiety. A lot of things give me anxiety, but not having a clean room now gives me anxiety more than ever. So now I'll apply mascara and lashes and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm all done. The lashes are on, the mascara is on, and this is the finished look. It is very simple. I'm at home, I'm not going anywhere. This is a very simple look with a pop of color, and the lashes are Samantha from Huda Beauty. These are absolutely my favorite lashes. So I'm gonna come back in like 2 hours. Right now it is 3:14 p.m. I'm gonna come in 2 hours, that is around 5 o'clock, and show you guys my face again. I'm gonna be updating you. Till then I'll be doing some TikTok and see how it goes. I'm actually rooting for Vaseline, so hopefully this works. Okay, then I'll be back in a couple of hours. Okay guys, so I just went through some TikToks and I had to change my lip color because of it. My skin looks still the same. It's been 2 hours. It is currently, where's my watch? It is currently 5:32 p.m. That means it's been more than 2 hours and the Vaseline is holding it in. I don't see any creases, I don't see any problems. I did go through a couple of outfits and my makeup is still intact. I just changed my lip color because of the videos, but other than that I have not touched up my skin and my skin looks really good even now. Dewy as always. Usually I would also get some creases here on my smile lines, and this time I don't have that either. So I don't know if that's the Vaseline or me not using any other primer. This might be a game changer for me. I might just use Vaseline as a primer. My skin looks absolutely flawless with it. I'm not sure how it reacts for oily skin, but for dry skin, for me it is working perfectly. Again, it's been 2.5 hours. It's 5:33 right now and this is the update. Let me zoom in the camera real quick. Okay, so I've zoomed in the lens and you can see how it looks more at close. This is how the texture is right now. I mean, I have no complaints. I still have some discoloration here going on. That's because I was changing some clothes and I think I wasn't very careful. But overall, the face, the base looks really dewy, as exactly how as I want. This just makes me question all the primers that I have. Like, I have so many primers. I just think that this does as great job as any other primer. Spending a lot of money on primers is something that I am thinking about. I'm gonna come back in 2 hours and give you guys another update and show you guys how my skin looks, so stay tuned. Currently 8 p.m. and I think this would be my last check-in because I was going to do the last check-in at 9, but I'm late anyways. It's been 2.5 hours since the previous one. I usually do touch up my face at 3 or 4 hour mark, but I just wanted you guys to see if there's any like separation, see if there are any issues with using Vaseline as a primer, and so far I don't see it. I think I did not expect so much from Vaseline. I didn't use too much as well. I'm going to tell you guys that. Obviously, if you use too much, you might end up looking like a grease ball, but tiny amount is the best way. I don't want you guys to go like full on and slather it on your face just like Marilyn Monroe said. I don't think I would, you know, ever do that to my face. As of now, it's been 5 hours since I've applied it, so I think so far so good, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Give you guys another close-up before I conclude this video. This is how my face usually looks even if I use another primer or if I don't touch up, so I wouldn't say that this is because of Vaseline. Obviously I do touch up my face, but I haven't, and if I don't touch up my face, this is how it usually looks. So I don't see any difference just because of Vaseline. but here is a close-up so you guys can see how it looks. So to conclude this video, I think Vaseline would be a good primer substitute. Like, you don't need expensive primers, especially if you have dry skin, to do the job. I think this would work very well as a primer. So obviously I know everyone has this product, so you can try it at your own home. You can see if you can actually see a difference, if you actually like it or you don't. I personally do like it, and I might use it as a primer in future as well. I'm not trying to force you guys to try Vaseline. It's just me, and I just want to do it for myself, and now my curiosity has died down and is at peace. If you don't know me, I'm a very curious person, and that is why I like to review products, because I like videos like this myself. I like to see reviews and stuff on products. So you guys can form your own opinions and go from there. Whatever you guys want to do, that is up to you. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do, because that's where I am way more personal with my followers, with my subscribers. If you guys have anything else that you want me to test or review, you can comment down below and let me know what you want. I make hair videos, beauty videos, fashion videos, videos about lifestyle, so make sure to subscribe and like this video if you actually like the video. Till then, take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.